He is not an Egyptian pharaoh, but the oldest mutant on Earth. Apocalypse, he's a self-proclaimed god, and these so-called mortals are subject to his power. No one knows exactly how many years he has been alive, and whenever his body is near death, the four guardians around him will help him find a new body to achieve eternal life. This time, they found a mutant with super healing powers. Apocalypse himself has a variety of superpowers because after he transfers his consciousness to a new body he can inherit that person's superpowers, and these powers can be stacked indefinitely. Soon the ceremony begins and the slaves outside tear off the black cloth from the tip of the tower. Under the light of the sun, the symbols at the top of the pyramid were activated and slowly spread to the tower inside the altar, and thus Apocalypse's consciousness began to be transferred. Just then, the humans, who had had enough of the oppression, planned a coup d'etat. With a single hammer blow, they broke the stake and the boulder fell, sliding down the passageway and into the pyramid. At the same time, the soldiers inside began to move in and close the doors to the pyramid. But the four guardians of the apocalypse are no slouches either. With a slap of their palms, they instantly reduced the soldiers to bones. Another one controlled the surrounding flames and easily disposed of a wave of them. However, under the impact of the boulders, most of the pillars inside the tower were destroyed and the pyramid began to collapse. At that moment, a boulder smashed into Apocalypse, but the guardian caught it. At this time, the transfer of the apocalypse has reached the final stage. A soldier tried to make a sneak attack, but was caught by the protector of the law, kneaded into a ball of twine and thrown to the wall. At this time, the boulder finally knocked down the largest load-bearing pillar. One of the guardians was directly smashed into meat cakes, and the other grabbed the time to transfer the equipment on the body of the apocalypse to a new body of flesh. But then a boulder directly hit the female protector in the dying moment. She used her last strength to put a layer of golden bell shroud for the apocalypse, and so they were sealed in the ground. After tens of thousands of years, a group of believers who regarded Apocalypse as a god found the ruins where he was. Then, at their prayers, the sun shone through the hole they dug. The spell on the tip of the pyramid was activated again, and the apocalypse, which had been sleeping for tens of thousands of years, was finally awakened. Then a powerful energy enveloped his body, and soon there was an explosion and the believers were buried in a mass of corpses. A short while later, Apocalypse appeared on the street wearing a cloak and realized that the world had been ruled by humans. Just then he saw a mutant start a storm and stole money from a vendor. The young girl was Storm, who could control the weather. She tried to escape, but she was blocked in the alley. Apocalypse came over and gently raised his hand, and three people behind him had their heads sliced off by the wind and sand. Then he rolled his eyes for a moment and the remaining traitor was embedded in the wall. Then the Storm Girl took Apocalypse to her home. At this time, Apocalypse knew nothing about the world, but he touched the TV screen with his hand and watched the history of mankind for tens of thousands of years in just a few seconds. But he was dissatisfied with the rule of mankind and planned to reorganize the four guardians to take back the rule of the world from mankind. He touched Storm's chin and instantly strengthened Storm's superpower and became his first protector. Then they found their second protector, the Spirit Butterfly, who could transform her mind into any weapon. Apocalypse just rolled his eyes and Spirit Butterfly's mind power directly increased several times. Then they found the third guardian, who was the angel. The angel had been injured in a battle and had difficulty flying, but after being strengthened by Apocalypse, the angel's body began to transform at a speed that could be seen by the naked eye. Its feathered wings became extremely aggressive titanium alloy wings directly upgraded from the original skin to the legendary skin.